Hey everyone, it is Caslow, and welcome back to my channel. It's time for the first segment of my RPG Club playthrough of the classic JRPG, Chrono Trigger. But first, what is the RPG Club? I've been an avid listener of the podcast RPG The After Years, and its predecessor RPG The Golden Years. The podcast focuses on RPG reviews and news. They regularly do a community event known as the RPG Club. Imagine a book club, but for RPGs. They break up a community-chosen RPG into digestible chunks, usually about 5 hours, and discuss those segments every 2 weeks like a book club. If you want to check out RPG The After Years, you can find a link in the description below. Chrono Trigger is your classic turn-based role-playing game, but pushed to near-perfect form. You control a party of 3 characters and choose their actions in a turn-based active-time battle system. Chrono Trigger's big improvement in this area are dual and triple techs. These are spells and abilities that combo with other party members to create powerful new abilities. For instance, Chrono knows a move called Cyclone. When playing with Luca, who knows fire-based spells, Chrono and Luca can do a dual tech where they do a fire cyclone. On the other side, when playing with Marl, who has a healing-based spell, Chrono and Marl can create a healing cyclone that heals the whole party. Outside of battle, Chrono Trigger is famous for 2 other aspects. First, when exploring, you usually can see enemies roaming and avoid them if you don't want to fight them. Second, when you enter into battle, you don't go to a separate instance, and instead perform the battle in the environment you are in. The game starts with Chrono attending a fair outside of his hometown, where his friend Luca will be showing off her newest invention. Along the way to the show, Chrono runs into Marl, literally. After showing Marl around the fair, the two go to see Luca's invention, a teleporter. However, things go awry when Marl wants to try out the teleporter. Suddenly, a portal opens up, sucking Marl through. Chrono decides to follow after Marl, and ends up in a forest surrounded by monsters. Making his way out of the forest, Chrono finds himself in a familiar, but different world. Ultimately, Chrono arrives at Guardia Castle, and discovers Marl has been mistaken for the Queen. While speaking with Marl in private, she suddenly disappears. Luca arrives and the two deduce that Marl is actually their Princess Nadia, and the Queen was her ancient ancestor. Because the kingdom stopped searching for the Queen after finding Marl, she was never rescued, resulting in Marl never being born. So, to correct the timeline, Chrono and Luca go searching for the Queen. At a nearby church, the two discover that the church's nuns are actually monsters in disguise. After taking the nuns down, the two are joined by an anthropomorphic frog named, Frog. After rescuing the Queen from the church, Marl suddenly reappears, and the trio return to their own time. Arriving back in the present, Chrono is arrested by Guardia forces for Marl's kidnapping. After a sham trial, Chrono is imprisoned and set to be executed 3 days later. Eventually, Luca breaks in to free Chrono, and as the two make their escape, they're joined by Marl. The 3 are quickly cornered by Guardia forces, before they discover a new time gate and jump through. Ending up in an apocalyptic far future, the 3 explore nearby domes to discover that a facility to the northeast could be used to locate another time gate. After a quick dungeon in this new facility, the 3 locate the new time gate further east, but they also find a recording of what caused this apocalyptic future, a creature known as Lavos. Putting this aside for now, the 3 head east, and Chrono ends up in a quick race with a cyborg named Johnny. After winning the race, the 3 locate the facility, but find it's powered down, but there's a broken robot there. Luca quickly repairs the robot, who they name Robo. Robo informs the trio that they can get power working through an old factory to the north. After exploring the factory with Robo, they reactivate the power, but set off an alarm in the process. This calls out other robots, like Robo, who try to stop the team, but Robo gets in the way, refusing to let the team hurt his brothers. The robots end up nearly destroying Robo, and the team still has to take them out. Afterwards, the team drags Robo back to the facility to the south, where Luca repairs him. With the facility powered back up, Robo decides to join the team and attempt to find a way to stop Lavos from destroying the world. The 4 jump into the time gate and find themselves at the end of time. And that's where we leave off for this section of Chrono Trigger. I haven't played Chrono Trigger in quite a while, but I always forget how quickly paced the game is. In less than 5 hours, the game takes you through 3 different time periods and several dungeons, all without any grinding. Additionally, the game in these first few hours really shows the player that choices can affect things later on, namely through events at the festival affecting Chrono's sham trial later. For instance, if you ignore Marl, either by going to get her necklace before going to her or leaving her at the candy stand, people will testify against you at the trial. But if you help people, like helping a little girl find her lost cat, people will testify on your behalf. Regarding the story in this first section, I think the game has a really good hook. The game is always putting a goalpost before you. Find Marl, rescue the queen, escape prison, escape from the future. Never a lost on what you're supposed to do, and it does it all without putting quest markers all over your screen telling you where to go, like most modern RPGs have to. But that's it for this section of the Chrono Trigger RPG Club. If you want to follow along with what happens next, be sure to hit that subscribe button to see new videos when they are posted. Additionally, if you want to check me out elsewhere, I have links to my Twitch, Twitter, and Discord in the description below. See you all next time.